there is growing focus on women's football, but it still doesn't match the scale. Money or attention men's football gets women's football was held back for decades. And the world is still catching up. As we continue, kindly help subscribe. Like, share, and turn on your notification bell for more sweet football analysis. Thanks. Here's the deeper picture. 1. A long history of bans and restrictions. For much of the 20th century, women were literally banned from playing football in many countries. England banned women's football from 1921 to 1971. Several other federations discouraged or restricted it. That's 50 years of lost development, no leagues. No investment, no youth systems. Men's football had a huge head start. 2. Investment still isn't equal. Even today, lower salaries, smaller marketing budgets, fewer sponsorship deals, less media coverage. When you invest less, you naturally get less visibility. It becomes a cycle. 3. Media coverage shapes public interest. Sports become popular when TV networks and media push them. For decades, women's football wasn't broadcast widely, so people didn't grow up watching it the way they did with men's football. That's changing now. The Women's World Cup viewership keeps breaking records, but the shift takes time. 4. Cultural attitudes. In some regions, people still see football as a men's sport. Those attitudes influence how families encourage kids, how federations allocate money, how sponsors choose where to spend. But younger generations are challenging this fast. 5. The momentum is finally building. This is the exciting part. Women's football is growing fast. Record-breaking attendance. Barcelona's women filled Camp Nou. Major clubs investing in women's teams. Rising stars becoming global icons. More countries building youth programs. The gap is still big, but the direction is clear. All right, here's a clear, structured breakdown of why women's football hasn't had as much focus, and what's changing now. I'll keep it sharp, honest, and easy to follow. 1. A 50-year head start for men. Women's football wasn't just ignored. It was banned in many countries for decades. That meant no leagues, no youth academies, no funding, no media. Men's football had half a century to grow into a global industry. Women are trying to catch up to a race that started without them. 2. Money drives attention, and women's football got less. Sports grow when money flows. For years, women's football received lower salaries, smaller sponsorships, minimal marketing, fewer televised matches. If you invest less, you get less visibility. It's not about talent, it's about economics. 3. Media coverage shapes what people care about. People follow what they see. For decades, broadcasters didn't show women's matches. Newspapers barely covered them. Brands didn't promote female players. So the public didn't build the same emotional connection they have with men's football. This is changing fast. The last Women's World Cup broke viewership records. 4. Cultural attitudes held it back. In many places, football was seen as a men's sport. That influenced how families encouraged kids, how federations allocated money, how sponsors chose where to invest. Younger generations are breaking this mindset, but culture takes time to shift. 5. Women's football is now exploding in growth. This is the exciting part. The momentum is real. Growth signs, record-breaking stadium attendance. Barcelona women filled Camp Nou. Major clubs investing heavily in women's teams. Female players becoming global icons. More countries building youth programs. Better pay and professional contracts. The gap is still big, but the direction is upward. 6. What needs to happen next? To reach true equality, 3 things matter most. Investment, equal budgets, facilities, and salaries. Media coverage, consistent broadcasting, storytelling, and marketing.